Hey everybody, this is Miss Berry. In this video, we're going to go over section A2, which is called the metric system, length, and area. So if you haven't already, you should watch the section A1 video first. In this video, we're just going to be talking about conversions using the metric system. We won't need our common measurement sheet for this video. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. Let's see. I can get it to delete. Oh, I had the wrong button pressed. There we go. Okay. All right, so let's get started. You're going to need your calculator for this section, so go ahead and get your calculator out. I'm going to pull up my document camera so I can share my calculator with you guys so you can see what I'm typing in. All right, so we're starting off with number one. It says how many millimeters are in 353 meters. So little m stands for meters. All right, so little m stands for meters. All right, so we're starting with 353 meters over 1. Again, we're using the process called dimensional analysis to perform these conversions. It's also sometimes called the unit factor method. All right, so we're trying to get from meters to millimeters, and we know that the prefix milli means 1,000. All right, so that tells us that we're going to multiply by 1 meter in the bottom, because that's going to cancel meters with meters, is the same thing as 1,000 millimeters. All right, so 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeters. That may be something that you want to write on your index card. Let me write some other common ones down. 1 meter is also equal to 100 centimeters. And then another common one, 1 kilometer or kilometer. Let me write that whole thing out. Kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. Okay. Conversions with the metric system are much easier than the US system. Okay, so let's cancel out our common units. Meters cancels with meters. We end up with millimeters in the top, which is what we want. So we can go ahead and multiply through on the top, multiply through on the bottom, and then simplify. 353 times 1,000. All right, so 353 times 1,000 is 353,000. 353,000 millimeters over 1 times 1 is 1, which is the same thing as, see if I can move all this at one time. Apparently not. Let's see. There we go. That'll work. All right, so that's just equal to 353,000 millimeters, and you're done. So how many millimeters are in 353 meters? There are 353,000 millimeters in 353 meters. All right, now we're coming to one that we haven't done before. We haven't done one like this before. It says, how many square centimeters are in 466 meters squared? All right, so we're starting off with 466 meters squared. Let me zoom in a little bit. How many square centimeters are in 466 meters squared? All right, so we have 466 meters squared over 1. We want to cancel out our meters, and we want to get to square centimeters. So we know that in every meter, there are 100 centimeters. All right, so that's going to cancel one of those units of meters. So that takes that down to 1. It cancels with that 1 meter. Now to cancel out that last meter unit, we need to multiply by this unit again. Multiply by this unit factor again. Choose a different color. All right, so now this m cancels with this m, meters cancels with meters. So when you have meters squared or centimeters squared, in order for you to cancel both meters out, you have to multiply by that unit factor twice. All right, so now we have centimeters times centimeters, which would be centimeters squared, or square centimeters, same thing. So we can just go ahead and multiply straight across the top, multiply across the bottom, and simplify. All right, so 466 times 100 times 100 equals 400. Let's see, 4,666,000. No, I said that wrong. Goodness gracious. 4,660,000. Okay. 4,660,000. Centimeters times centimeters is centimeters squared. All over 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. So that simplifies to just 4,660,000 centimeters squared. All right, so anytime you have square units that you're trying to cancel out, you just have to multiply by that unit factor twice to cancel out, both copies of that unit. Right here, we're back to another more simple problem. Convert 535 centimeters to meters. Right, so we have 535 centimeters. Start with what you know, over 1. Times, we want to cancel out centimeters here, so we know that in every meter there are 1,000 centimeters, or excuse me, 100 centimeters. Oh, that was a close one. There are 100 centimeters in every meter. There's 1,000 millimeters in every meter. All right, so cancel out your units. Centimeters cancels with centimeters. We're left with meters in the top, which is what we want. So go ahead and multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and simplify. 535 times 1 is 535 meters. Over 1 times 100 is 100. And this one's easy, but you could do it in your calculator. 535 divided by 100 is just going to be 5.35. So 5.35 meters. Next, we have a problem. I actually want to cancel or scratch this one out. This is a unit that I have never seen used before. It's called Aries. When I first read the problem, I thought it was saying acres. So that's why I wanted to go over it, because I thought, oh, that's something useful that people could use. But I don't want to do these. I don't want to go over problems that I don't think are useful to use. So I'm actually just going to scratch this one out. I took all those off of the homework, so you don't have to worry about them. Let's see what we have next. I think this is our last one. Yeah. All right, so convert 0.5 kilometers to meters using unit fractions. Do not round your answer. Okay, so we have 0.15 kilometers. km is the abbreviation for kilometers, over 1, times. We're trying to convert this to meters. So we know that in every kilometer, in 1 kilometer, there are 1,000 meters. All right, so kilometers cancels with kilometers. Now we have meters left in the top, which is what we wanted. So go ahead and multiply across the top. Bottom stays the same. 0.15 times 1,000. That's another easy one. That's just going to be 150. Whoops, I typed the wrong thing. Let's try that again. There we go. That's 150. So that's 150 meters, because that's our unit that's left in the top. Okay, so on the test, you will need to have these three unit conversions, or these three conversions written down on your index card, or you need to have them memorized. So make sure that you have one of those things done. And if you have any questions about sections A1 or A2, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you guys soon.